So, good morning. Let's not waste too much time and we get started. Today we are only going to do simple analysis. It's a Wednesday, so we want to focus on Tuesday's highs and lows, or the weekly highs and lows. We're going to look at the weekly bias. Let's first look at the dollar index, how the dollar index is trading against the other currencies. Then we are going to look at the euro and the pound as well, how they're trading against the other currencies, because we're going to look at the currency strength. It's a Wednesday, and remember, every Tuesday we have the likelihood of having the weekly low form on a Tuesday or the weekly high. Let's first look at the dollar index, DXY, on trading view. So we see that on a 15-minute chart we have the dollar index trying to trade higher. This was my analysis on the daily chart. Let's first look at the daily. Remember, the other time I told you that I want to see at least the dollar trade to this low here. So the dollar index, this will be the next destination or my next target. Okay, we want to see at least trade below these lows here, but I'm interested in seeing it trade. Now I'm on a daily chart. This will not happen in 24 hours. It won't happen today or tomorrow, but it can actually take some good time for this to drop to this level here. You're going to look for opportunities to sell on the major currency pairs, whereby if we have the dollar as the base, you look for opportunities to sell. What do? First, do your analysis on the dollar index. Look for things like imbalances, like this imbalance here. If you see price trade to this level, if you see price trade to this level, which we might see at the London Open week to week in here, you're going to look for opportunities to go short on major currency pairs, whereby if we have the dollar as the base currency. So this is like the driver, the engine. In here we have this 50 level. We have the level that I would call an institutional level to me. We have the 50 level. So I look at price trade above the 50 level to at least the 80 level. We're only looking for opportunities to go short. We only want to see price sell on this pair, on this index. So after this analysis, look for the foreign currencies like the Swiss franc, the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Let's look for New Zealand dollar. on the New Zealand dollar, this is what we have, or this is what I'm seeing. We trade below these lows for liquidity. Now this was yesterday's candle. This was a Tuesday, and this is a Monday. Do we have relative equal highs on a daily chart? Let's go ahead and do that. So I would want to see price at least trade above this high, this old high. Okay, to me this is an old high that came in on May 6th. This high here on May 6th. Okay, we want to see price at least trade above that. As soon as price trades above that, we'll be looking for opportunities to either go short. Reason being, we took these lows. Okay, you see this low, this low here. We took this low, so I want to see at least price trade a little bit above this old high. Then we look for opportunities to go short. So let's go ahead and do our analysis above that high. Okay, we're going to highlight that whole area. We want to do this. We want to look for institutional levels and institutional candles and order blocks. Any reasons, okay, anything that could push price low. As long as we trade above this high. So this is a 15 minutes chart. 15 minutes chart. All these are old highs that we want to see price take. Okay, that's how I trade. And when I'm looking at this here, I want to see, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm looking at. I'm seeing price trade above these highs here. Why? Because you have this strong leg. Okay, then we have a little consolidation here. Whatever is going to happen, well, it's not that everything that you think that will happen will always happen. Okay, this will be an opportunity to go long around these levels. You look for institutional levels, institutional candles, use all time frames, and the time also matters. Okay, now in here, this is the other strong candle that we had. Above this candle, we have relative equal highs. Okay, you see this area on a daily, this is what we have. Let me show you on a daily. This is the Aussie dollar or the Australian dollar against the United States dollar. So we see this. This is where we are doing, you know, this is where we're having our analysis in here. 15 minutes chart. We're looking for institutional levels and relative equal highs. 15 minutes chart. So here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the normal strategies that we've been, talking about. Above these highs, above this old high, I'm going to look for the next institutional level. Okay, above this high, I'm going to look for an institutional level. So let's see. Let me just click above that. Then I look for institutional level above that. Now we have the 50 level. We have the 50 level, and I won't trust the 50 level here. I will use the 80 level to look for opportunities to go short. Okay, reason being, if price is buying, okay, if price dropped like this, it is coming, it is trying to come back. We're exactly trading above the 50 level. And remember what I told you on a daily chart. Okay, if you go back to the daily chart, let me show you something. We took these lows. Okay, this low was taken, so I'd want to see the 80 level push price lower. This is the Aussie dollar or the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, so we have this low. Just mark that. Took that low, come to the 80 level to push price lower. Let's go back to 15 minutes chart. You have to do your analysis ahead of time. Okay, you analyze price ahead of time. I'm not saying that this will come back here today or tomorrow, but this is what you look at, or this is how you do your setups. From here, this is what I would want to see. Okay, this is how I will do something like this, and okay, from here to maybe the 80 level. Okay, so here I will be looking for short opportunities to go long, but I need to be sure where is price heading to after this. Now we have a 50 level here. Remember I told you look for this old high right here. Okay, this old high. Above this old high, you're going to look for institutional levels, most especially the 80. Now this is a 50 level which I want to trust. Why won't I trust the 50 level? It is because it already did its job here. Okay, it kept price below it. When you look at these two highs here, okay, these two highs try to run above the 50 level, so it kept price lower. I will be looking at the next level, which is the 80 level. But it also depends. Now this is where the other thing comes in. Go and look at the news events, okay, the economic calendar. Look at the whole of this week or next week. Okay, so look at this whole week. Now it's a Wednesday. If it is a Wednesday, you're going to look for, remember, if you haven't watched the 56th episode, I told you what to look for if you're expecting high volatility when you see 3 bull news or the 3 stars. So let's look at Wednesday, which is today. Do we have 3 stars? Yes, we do have here at 4 a.m. New York time. Even here we have at news at 8:30 New York time on the dollar. So we're going to be looking at the dollar. Just a second, let me do something small here, then I come back. Okay. Okay, we have pound dollar. I have this old high. I have a swing high taken. This will be my next destination here. I have the 50 level above that. Okay, so the euro dollar, this is what you're going to do. This is a daily chart on the euro dollar. Let's look at the dollar index on a daily chart. I show you something here, DXY. Oops. So this is the daily on the dollar index. We have this imbalance here, and on the euro dollar we have this imbalance down here. So what does this mean? I'll look for opportunities to go long on the euro dollar. Why? I want, if I'm the position trader, those folks trading, on a daily using if you're trading on a daily candles, we have an imbalance here on the Euro USD. Then we also have an imbalance on the DXY or the dollar index. So what will I do on the dollar index? Now, since we've traded below these lows here, you see this low, we've taken this low out. We have an imbalance here. I will wait for price to come in this area if I'm to trade the euro dollar. I'm not talking to those people looking for 4 pips, 5 pips. I'm looking for traders looking for 100, 200, 300 pips, 500 pips a week or maybe a month. Right here, what do we have? We have an imbalance on the euro dollar. We also have an imbalance on the DXY, rather, here. Now remember, if this one trades low, if this one trades higher, you look for opportunities to go short here. Okay, you look for opportunities to go short here. But this is the only thing I'm looking for. I'm waiting for price to come in here on the euro dollar. The same thing I will wait for here. Okay, on the euro dollar, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. My next take profit, remember this swing high here, this will be my next take destination. As the dollar index is trading lower, remember I told you I would want to see it trade below this low. Okay, I also have this setup. I have this setup somewhere, and I said this will be my next destination, at least here. This is where I would want to see the dollar trade to. Okay, the dollar index, it is still trading lower and lower and lower to this level. So this will give me the confidence to go long on the dollar, sorry, on the euro dollar. Above these highs, that's where I will put my next take profit. Above this high, my take profit there. Okay, we might have a consolidation here for weeks before we hit that level, but it is still okay. I will still trust the move simply because the dollar itself is selling. Okay, the dollar itself is selling, and this would be my next take profit, my target. So if I go long from here to here, how many pips am I looking for? For example, if I'm looking for something like 300 pips, that will be my entry will be in here on the euro dollar. Okay, why am I doing this? Because the dollar is selling and I want to see myself buy on the euro dollar. Let's look at the pound dollar daily charts. We're going to look for imbalances, why this pair is selling. So you're going to do your analysis on all major currency pairs. As soon as the dollar comes in this area of imbalance, area of inefficiency, you'll be looking for opportunities to sell, to enter the market. Let's look at the pound dollar. The pound dollar on a daily. It is the same thing that is happening here. Okay, the same thing happening. If you look at the euro dollar, it is buying. When you come to the pound dollar, it is also buying. You see this high here, you see this inefficiency here. If you're looking for 50 pips, 100 pips, well, you will still have to look at the dollar index. If it comes in here, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long, both on the pound dollar and the euro dollar. Okay, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. Now this is a daily chart. It's not a 5 minutes, 15 minute chart. Don't go on your charts and you wait for this thing to come here, because oizokuba oliwano, but you're not seeing the same thing. Okay, let's look for the dollar yen, the USD JPY. We are looking for imbalances. We are looking for those swing points, the swing highs and lows, the major pairs only. So the USD JPY, this is the USD JPY. Okay, this was some time back. Let me go ahead and delete that. So here we see this pair also. It's an uptrend on a daily, which is okay. We also want to see opportunities to go short on the dollar yen, simply because as soon as this thing comes in here, we want to look for opportunities to sell. I don't have anything like an imbalance area of inefficiency here, but this is what I've managed to spot. We've traded below these lows here. Okay, you see these lows here, these relative equal lows here, these tweezer bottoms here, right here. Let me show you the lows. See that low, the relative equal lows. So I'll wait for a confirmation from the DXY. For those interested in position trading, you sell here in May, you want to be out in July or maybe August. Okay, for scalpers, you know the strategy to use on lower time frames. Let's look at the Canadian dollar, USD card. So on the USD card, we have this low and this other low here. Okay, so I have two targets. I have two targets. I have the first target here, which we haven't traded to, and the second. I'm only looking for swing points as my take profits. As soon as the dollar trades in this area of inefficiency or the imbalance here, or as soon as it comes back here to reprice, I'm looking for opportunities to go short. Now, this is not an institutional candle on a daily, it's not an order block. Let's wait and so that's how you're going to move on the dollar pairs or the major currency pairs. Now let's look at the euro. Let's look at the euro index. Let's look at the euro index daily, the dollar index. So this is how the dollar index is trading. Okay, it is buying. I would wait for price to come to this level, then I look for opportunities to do what? To go short on the dollar index. Okay, why? It's because I have this swing high that was taken and my next swing point is here. Okay, this is how I trade. This is how I trade. I have this swing high on the euro index. My next swing point is right here. So I won't sell the euro. I won't look for opportunities to sell the euro unless I see price trade above this high here, this swing, the next swing point, which is here. Okay, so this is what I look for every time I'm doing what? Every time I'm trading. The 55th episode will show you more about swing points, okay, swing highs and lows. This will be my next. I won't sell the euro unless we trade above this high here. Okay, so if you look at the euro USD, we're only going to be looking for opportunities to buy. The reason being on the euro, this is my next target. Okay, before we trade above this high, I am not selling the euro. And when you come to the euro USD on a daily, we have an imbalance to buy. So this will give me the courage to go long on the euro. First, we come to this level. Second, the euro hasn't, traded to this level. So I will only be looking for opportunities to go long. So let's look at the euro pound. Let's look at the euro pound as well. So the euro pound, still I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. Reason being, now I am doing this for position traders, okay? Those people that enter the market for weeks and maybe months, not scalpers, not day traders, okay? If you're a day trader and you're waiting for, price to come to this level, then you might end up waiting forever. So we see the euro dollar, next opportunity, on the pound dollar. If price is to trade lower again, but we see we have, this strong leg here, okay, trading higher. I would want to see at least these highs here as my next take profit, above these highs, okay, above these highs. Yes, it is trading lower, but remember, I've told you I want to see the euro before I sell any euro cross. I want to see it first trade above these highs. Okay, so comes, I will do something like this. I will do this, be like, okay. So this is what I would be looking for, above these highs here, because we have a lot of liquidity. There is a lot of liquidity there. So we have the euro card, or the euro Canadian dollar. Still, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. My take profit will be at least above this next swing point here. This is a daily chart. My entry, well, why am I buying here? We all know what is happening on the euro, okay? So this one is trading lower for this imbalance. This is the euro USD, euro pound. I'll be looking at this imbalance on the euro card. Okay, on the euro card, I'll be looking at this imbalance. Now, in this imbalance, we have a 50 level to keep price above it. Okay, this imbalance, I have a 50 level to keep price above it. Let's look for that 50 level. 500. Okay, it is below that. Let's look at the 80 level. Okay, so the 80 level is actually above this wick here. Okay, okay, so this red candle, this red line, this is the 80 level above this candle's high. So if price comes back to this level on the euro card, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long as well. Okay, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. A stop loss is a must. Okay, a stop loss is a must. Why am I buying here? I am buying because the euro is buying, and this high took all these highs, and it is still coming for this swing point here. So if I was to buy from there, let me see how many pips will these ones be. Well, this will be approximately 400 pips. Okay, 400 pips, at least 400 pips from here to that high. This is the euro cross. Okay, this is the euro cross. This is the euro cross. So let's look at the euro New Zealand. Look at the euro New Zealand. Okay, so here I'll also be looking for opportunities to go long. At least I would want to see take this swing high here, this next swing point. Okay, let's go ahead and I haven't found a perfect entry here. Okay, I haven't found a perfect entry here unless I used this as an order block or an institutional candle, but you see it's already taken. Okay, this black candle on a daily chart. Now most folks would use this candle for entries. Now I would really want to see consolidation here till we at least trade the equilibrium of this move. What do I mean by the equilibrium? The 50% retracement level. I'll be looking for entries from that candle open to this other candle close. Okay, so if price trades below these lows here, I'll be looking for opportunities to go long. And if I was to do something, let me show you what I will do. I will do something like this. Okay, my next take profit wouldn't be above these highs, but here I will be looking for few pips, like 200 pips, 100 pips, okay, above this high, okay, above that next swing point. I'll be looking for 50 to 100 pips. I wouldn't be looking for much on the euro New Zealand. Let's look at the euro CHF, the euro Swiss on a daily. So this is the euro Swiss on a daily. The euro Swiss, well, we have this imbalance in here. We have this imbalance, we have a failure, now we have a swing high. So if price trades above this swing high on the euro Swiss, I'll be looking at this swing point as my next take profit. Okay, if price trades above this balance, sorry, above this swing high here, this imbalance won't stop price. Okay, neither will the institutional candle keep price below it. I'll be looking at, I'll be looking at my take profit. I'll be looking at this next level as my take profit. Okay, that is if we trade above that swing high. If we trade below this swing low here, this will be my next take profit. Okay, that swing low. Remember, a stop loss is a must. Okay, if we trade below this is my next take profit. If we trade above this is my next take profit. So if we are going long on the euro New Zealand, I'll be looking at 150 pips. Okay, I'll be looking at 150 pips from this swing high to that next swing point. 150 pips. So that is the euro. Let's look at the pound index. So the pound index, Okay, so I've actually used a weekly chart here because a daily chart was a bit confusing. It doesn't contain, you know, all the details that I want. So I've decided to use a weekly or maybe a monthly for more analysis. So this is a monthly chart on the pound index. Let's use a weekly. I'll show you what I'll be looking for before going short on pound pairs. You see this imbalance here? Well, I would wait to see price trade to this imbalance before I look for opportunities to go short on the pound cross. Okay, that is the pound dollar, the pound anything. This is a weekly chart. Okay, so every candle here represents a week, represents 1 week. So let's look at the pound, the euro pound, euro. So this means that we're going to look for opportunities to wait for price to at least trade above that as we wait for, we're only looking for pound pairs, GBP, CAD for example, using a daily chart. So here the pound Canadian dollar, we might want to look for opportunities to go long. According to my understanding, I will take this as the weekly low. You see this low here? I will take this as the weekly low because this one formed yesterday on a Tuesday, so I'll take this as the weekly low. We traded above this swing high, so the next swing point will be my take profit. Okay, this is if you're scalping 15 minutes, 20 minutes candle, you know, your time frame. So this is something like 100 and something pips above that same thing. So this is what we're going to do. Let's end this stream from here because there are so many things I'm supposed to be doing. I didn't know that it's already midday. I didn't know it's already midday. Let me prepare myself for the New York session. We shall meet